So today I am working on a little 5/8 Red Imp razor. That's a, um, as usual, I don't know how to show this well, but this is a little wedge. I have one of these myself. Um, yeah, it's difficult with this setup. Um, there you go, maybe. Um, yeah, so this is a little wedge, 5/8. One thing about these little razors that are pointy, yeah, the point extends beyond the spine and can really get you. I have muted this one so that it'll be a little bit more friendly. And the other thing about this razor, new to me, I mean, it's not my razor, so I've not seen this one before, but the bevel size on this side is much larger, or much smaller rather, than the bevel size on this side. Sorry, I'm not showing you the razor. Bevel size on this side is smaller than the bevel size on this side, which, you can't see, they're small. So I'm going to, this is a 2K stone. I'm going to work on this side more than, this side more than this side to see. They don't have to be absolutely perfect, but I'd like to get them closer. And also, the razor is on the dull side. So I'm going to start on the 2K as a way to get things a little bit more evened out. Hopefully, I don't have to spend too much time on this stone, but we'll see. We want to make sure we have even wear. I suspect, because this is a wedge, doesn't have a tremendous amount of spine wear. Well, it does have spine wear, but not a lot. And because of the size of the bevels relative to the spine wear, I'm thinking that there's been quite a bit of tape used on this. And while, it's nice to protect the spine from wear, that's not really what you shave with. And there's this conception that a small bevel is a good thing. And that's not necessarily true. I'm not going to say it's bad in all cases, but it's not necessarily true. You want enough bevel to accommodate getting even abrasion and forming an even apex. Now that can be small, but it has to be sort of large enough. Oops, I forgot what I was doing here. I want to emphasize this side. It is spring here in Maryland, and if you have any kind of allergic reaction to airborne particles, this is the place to come. And mine are really kicking in today, so I'm going to be pausing a lot to take care of that rather than make you listen to endless sniffling. So just be aware. All right, I'm going to see how we're doing edgewise. Yeah, not getting there really. So more to do. I think I'm going to, yeah, I don't know whether, maybe what I may do is not make you watch all of this. What I may do is cut away, work on this, because as always, I'm letting the Stone's abrasive do the work. And this could take, I don't know how long it's going to take, because if tape was used, I have to come down, I have to remove some bevel surface on both sides, and that could take, that could take a couple of minutes, and there's only so much of this you can watch. So I'm going to cut away, I'm going to continue on this, and I'm going to come back when I have an edge. Okay, I'm back. The edge finally just kicked over. And so I'll show you what I've been doing. Really, only a couple of minutes here. I've been just taking very long strokes like this, using both trailing edge and leading edge pressure to add to or improve the amount of abrasion. And so I just did a test, which showed me that the geometry has finally been established. Got to do a little bit of deburring, but we're going to assume that enough metal has been removed here that we're working with fresh stuff. All right, let's do a test. And again, what's nice about this method is that using the packing peanut, whether it's time to move on. Okay, so that cut in, that cut in, that cut in. That's good. So let's try other places. See, so now we have an edge. It doesn't have to be, I'm not putting much pressure. So for 2K, I'd say we're done. So I'm going to move on now to the 4K. One of the joys of splash and go is you don't have to soak them. There's not the water tends to stay where it should be. It makes for much more efficient sharpening. The downside on these shaped and glass stones is that for knife sharpening, they're very unforgiving if you don't have good angle control. But I love them for knife sharpening. But it took me a while to get onto. I learned on diamond stones, and so they're completely unforgiving of angle control. So I had a little bit of good fortune when I went in terms of that skill when I started with these. So we're on the 4K. I'm now, because I have geometry, all I'm doing is I'm going to refine that scratch pattern. And I'm definitely emphasizing this side more than the other side in terms of sharpening, because I want to create a little bit more of a bevel on this side. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. We have geometry. We have two bevels coming to an apex that has a small enough dimension that it's with some pressure but not a lot, piercing, push cutting the packing peanut, which is our highly calibrated testing device. All right, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, I would say, yes, I would say that's easier, much easier to push in. Just do a couple of strokes here. Don't really need to push this, but this saves me maybe a little time on the 8K, but it's almost at 8K levels, so we won't do a lot. Hang on, I'm gonna take care of the allergy situation. Okay, we're on the 8K. I'm not showing that to you. There you go, there's the 8K. I have flattened it, wet it down, put a little slurry on it because we definitely want to start making sure we have a nice uniform edge at this point. I'm not killing the edge. I'll know when I inspect the edge whether that was a good choice or not. I'm pretty sure it is, but we'll see. At this point, I'm just trying to establish a nice, even scratch pattern, 8K scratch pattern on each bevel. So that I have a nice flat, even surface at the bevel angle that is created by the sharpening angle, which obviously to get to this new sharpening angle, it took a little while on the 2K, and I think this razor had to have been sharpened with tape most of the time, and fairly thick tape, something like electrical tape. If I'm asked to use tape, then typically what I'll do is use Kapton tape, which is very thin, and I have a lot of it because I also do electronics, and that works quite well. It gives you very close to the sharpening angle that you would get if you didn't have tape, but of course you're paying the price of not wearing the spine, so you're not keeping the designed bevel angle in proportion as you hone. But you know, some people don't like wear on the spine. In this case, I know that the owner of this, HD Shaves, I know he's in favor of optimizing what can be, what performance can be achieved with each razor, because he's told me that. Very nice movement of slurry here. Let's see what we're doing. And of course, it's time for a microscope photo, if this is a good test. Oh yeah, very, very, very nice. Very nice. A wonderful 8K edge here. Wonderful. This is what we want to see. All right, I'm going to pause, go take a microscope photo, do some analysis of both sides, because obviously I had to work both sides pretty heavily, and then I will be back. All right, well, the edge on this razor looks really excellent for 8K. I took a microscope, I've scanned the whole edge, and the edge is very, very consistent. I took a picture at the center here on the face side that is maybe the worst area on the edge, and that area is also in excellent condition. So I'm quite happy with the progression so far. Looks like I made the right evaluation between the wear on the spine and the wear on the at the edge, because we really needed to spend the time that I did on the 2K to establish the new geometry. But that geometry has held up through the 4K and the 8K, and so now we're going to do what I often do, is to rely on the consistency of the synthetic stones, and then transfer to a Jnat for finish, because finish is different from geometry, and so you can set the geometry, in my view, on anything that will get you to that geometry easily. And in my view, that's often synthetic stones. And then the finish. The finish is really about the feel of the feel of the razor when shaving. And so we're gonna use a DMT stone created Tomo slurry here to establish the new scratch pattern. Then we'll go to probably water, and then soapy water, and then we'll be done. We'll be done a lot quicker if I stop talking. And so there's maybe a step back in refinement here, but I doubt it. Again, because I'm using a somewhat slick slurry to establish this new scratch pattern, and that slurry is affecting the apex. The feel of this stone is just amazing. That's I mean, these things are expensive, and I can't say that they're worth it for the feel, but given that I've spent the money, they do feel amazing. Quite different from something like a 12K or even 16K or 20K synthetic stone, and different from there's a little bit of similarity with a conical, but these just sort of have their own thing going for them. And that's of the the super hard ones. This is a very hard stone. I have some not so hard Jnats for knife sharpening that, to be honest with you, I've used them, but I really didn't care for them that much. Very, very nice feel. It's very easy to spend a lot of time doing that. And I do want to make sure I don't underdo it here. So let's see how we're doing. Well, that's just very, very good. That's really very good. That's really good. Nice and consistent. Really, really consistent. Okay, I'm going to, what am I going to do? I think I'll just move on. I'm very happy with that level of sharpness. So let's stay with everything. Done very little wear to the stone. It's leveled. When I put it in this way, it's leveled. So I'm going to stay with it. Stay with this side. And I'm going to pause you to do the allergy thing. Okay, I did 25. I did the allergy thing. Then did 25 laps on the fire hose linen strop. And now let's work with some water on this stone. Wow. It's a very thin layer of water that I have here, and it is already just pulling the edge into the stone. I'm going to go real slowly. I don't want any stuttering to create a weakness, you know, at some point in the edge. All right, I think I'm gonna move to make sure we're not going backwards. Oh, super sharp there. Looks good on the, I mean, it may be sharp enough, but yeah, it may be sharp enough. All right, let's go to the whole, I'm gonna do a couple of, I'm definitely focusing pressure there, but I'm basically just resting this finger at the heel, primarily more as a guide. All right, getting OCD about this, so let's move on. Soap solution. So now I won't worry as much about the edge stuttering into the stone, because now we have a more lubricated surface. Boy, does that feel good. Yeah, I'm liking the way that it immediately jumps above, that the soapy solution immediately jumps above the edge. And it's doing that, I don't think you can see this, but it's doing it equally from heel to toe, which is what we want, or what I want to see. So we could be on the final stretch here, which I'm sure you would appreciate. All right. I want to try to push this. This is, I find myself getting a little over-focused in these kinds of things. The amount of abrasion that I'm doing with a soapy solution is very, very small. But I get kind of fascinated to see if I can detect through feel. Can I detect changes? All right, let's see how we are before and after final strapping. Make sure we haven't. Nope. We have not created a new point. That's a, if you're gonna mute the point, then yeah, you want to stay muted. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, that's very, very nice. Yeah, everything. Yeah, that's really, really good. Yeah, that's really, really good. Okay. That's really good. I'm going to strap, photograph, and then I will be back. Okay, the edge after stropping looks terrific. I took a photograph, and I checked it everywhere. It looks terrific everywhere, and I think it's time for a final test here. Wow. Yeah, so that's wow. Yeah, we're at the push into the cloud stage here, which is exactly where we want to be. I'm going to go test shave this razor, but I can already tell you, based on past experience, when the sharpness is at this level and it's a Jnat edge, it's going to be a very, very comfortable close shave. Wow, really nice. Okay, thank you for watching. And I appreciate all the questions and comments that I get on these things. I think I've really just shown you a different method of doing a Jnat finish, and I kind of lucked out on the early assessment by going to the 2K stone, because we required a lot of work there that would not normally be necessary for a razor that's been this well maintained. Again, I think that was necessary because the razor was originally used. Honeware shows the razor was originally used without tape, but somewhere along the line, someone started to use tape, and it was used enough bevel was turned up under the manufactured sharpening angle. So anyway, that got rectified, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.